Hello. So this is a live from my bedroom. So this is a monstera plant that I have. It was much bigger, and I have trimmed quite a few of the leaves to attempt to propagate, and I'll show you what I have done. So again, it's fairly big. So it's almost taller than me. I don't know why this one's so droopy. We'll figure that out. This is actually just one leaf right here. And this is our propagation process right here. So it took a few weeks of trial and error. I had them downstairs in our back room, and it wasn't thriving very well. And as soon as I brought it into my bedroom, we got this long little stem right here, and we got all these little finger thingies. We also have this one right here, and I change the water out every few days or so. Yeah, I change the water out every few days. And it kept leaning over because the leaf is so top heavy. It's literally bigger than my hand. I had to use tape and twist ties to kind of hold it in the jar, or in the vase, I should say. And then there's this one. I also cut this one from the main one that I showed you. And here is our progress on this one. So we have little pieces growing out here and here and here. I got all these vases at a thrift store for like 20 cents or something. We got that new one right there. These are all new little thingies growing in, which I'm pretty excited about. Didn't think I'd be a plant person, but I really enjoyed gardening a few years ago. Don't have the space for it anymore, but I have the space for this. And so then there's this one. This one I just did yesterday. So this is freshly cut, as you can see right there. But it looks like it was injured a little bit. But this is a freshly cut one. And this is the leaf. Also pretty big, bigger than my hand. And this is my tiny cactus that has just recovered from a spider mite infestation. And these are all my plant children. I may give away the propagated ones. At some point, I'm going to transfer them into some, low draining soil. Much like what the cactus has. Just soil that doesn't hold on to moisture. You want to water it, and the water should flow from the bottom out into whatever container or onto the floor, wherever you keep your plants. The bedroom is a little bit warmer than the downstairs back room, so I feel like that's why they're thriving. It's a little off from tropical. What I was saying, these are my plant babies. I've maybe had them for about a month or 2 months. The initial story of the big one was I've actually tried to propagate 2 leaves from here already, and they were unsuccessful. And this was the first successful one. So I went on YouTube and found some videos and on the internet, and they were saying you should cut between the nodes. So the nodes are the little round spaces here, so you can cut above or below them. So if I wanted to do this one, I could have cut in between here, but I'd already cut right above a node that was already going on here. But yeah, so I rotate all the plants to make sure they get some kind of sunlight, and I just leave the blinds open so that the sunlight could come through, and sometimes I'll close them a little bit. And then they also get light from my little lamp that's on my desk. And those are my plants. I had a succulent. Well, I have a succulent. I'm not going to give up hope on it. But every day that I came in, my little succulent, its little jelly leaves kept falling off, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I saw all the little spider mites in the soil. And that one was just not successful. Unfortunately, I brought that one home and thought I could give it life, much like the cactus. I bought the cactus from Kroger for like 99 cents. And then I got the succulent from Home Depot for like $2. And I suspect that they already had spider mites in them. And I just brought the spider mites home. That's my suspicion. I knew nothing about the plants when I bought them. I learned much about them after I started doing some research. And the cactus seems to be surviving right now. It's a grafted cactus. But the succulent, all its little jelly leaves fell off. I can insert some pictures of what it used to look like. I'm too sad to go look at the stems that are left. But I read that in the wintertime, some of them die and some of them don't grow any new leaves until springtime. So I'm hoping I'm going to keep the plants and the roots. Everything's still green. The leaves are just gone. It's just little sticks in the dirt at the moment. I'm going to find a picture for that as well. But I'll show you what it used to look like and what it looks like now. But the spider mites took over that one, and I'm hoping that it'll recover in the springtime. And that is it. Those are my plant babies. So, like I was saying, the Monastera Deliciosa. I need to wipe my leaves off. They're a little dusty. But yeah, sometimes I do that as well. They've been through quite a bit from the travel, from work. Oh yeah, these plants were the main plant was at my job, and my boss wanted to get rid of it because he thought that gnats were coming from it, but the gnats did not go away after the plants left. But anyway, so this plant has been giving me some joy, honestly. And it's a really easy plant so far. Like, they don't need direct sunlight. And I will show you what happens when they get direct sunlight. This right here. A little bit of a burn mark right here. It's a little scorching. That's what happens. And I'm going to say that some of my kids have smacked them up and they've gotten some injuries here. And some of the injuries were already there from when the plant was at my job. But overall, they're doing pretty good. So this is where I keep one of my propagated plants right here, like in the window. And periodically I'll move it from this spot. But as you see, this one seems to like it. I don't have any scorch marks or anything. And like I said, this one, the back of it looks pretty good. Just gotta wipe it off a little bit. Thanks for watching. This is the little lizard I found on one of the leaves that I made into a decoration.